What is up, everybody? Piscean here, and I'm bringing you the Academy of Cosmic Computation, a proposal for the definitive advanced astrology digital platform. With peace and love, please subscribe, like, comment, share if you dare and care, and let's get started with the video. So, first I want to give a little bit of a preamble, or I guess a lot of one, on the charter of the platform. So, modern astrology sits at a strange junction. Free chart calculators have democratized access, yet the professional, the researcher, and the historically minded astrologer remain underserved. The tools required for serious work, mundane analysis, the casting of Arabic laws, the tracking of fixed star conjunctions over centuries, the reverse engineering of event charts, the generation of custom biwheel and triwheel progressions are scattered across defunct programs, DOS-era software, or the proprietary systems of large institutions. The platform described herein is a unified web-based astrological workstation. It is not a horoscope blog. It is a computational temple. Every feature is built to the tolerances demanded by the tradition, including full precession corrected fixed stars, Swiss ephemeris at NASA JPL precision, correct diurnal nocturnal formulas for all Arabic laws, and a front end capable of rendering celestial cartography in vector elegance. The calendar spans from antiquity to the 22nd century. Search engines allow one to ask not just what is my Mars sign, but on what day in the 16th century did Mars station on Algol while Jupiter was in trine to Regulus. So this document is a technical and conceptual master plan. Let's look at our core architectural principles. Well, first off, we have a single source of truth ephemeris. All calculations originate from the Swiss ephemeris, or SE, via a dedicated API layer with fallback to JPL VE441 for research-grade work. No third-party astrology service is trusted for final output. The platform calculates everything internally. Exactitude of tradition. Dignities are assessed by sign, exaltation, triplicity, term, face, Egyptian, and Ptolemaic, in accidental conditions including retrogradation, combustion, Kazemi, and house position. Arabic laws use day-night formulas, prevalence, and al-Biruni. Precession handling. Fixed star positions are available in both tropical, current epoch, and sidereal true Ayanamsa, including Lahiri and Fagan-Bradley modes. The user may define custom Ayanamsa offsets. Chronological range. All dynamic tools operate from 1000 CE to 2200 CE with full historical and future accuracy. And user experience. Despite the complexity, the interface follows a research lab aesthetic, clean, monochromatic, with subtle astronomical grids, and every number is clickable for deeper investigation. Alright, site navigation and modules. So the site is organized into 9 primary modules. Each is accessible via a persistent left-hand panel that collapses into glyphs for power users. Astro calendars. So we'd have a monthly astro calendar, a printer-ready dynamic calendar displaying for any given month or year, including moon sign, its phase with the exact times of new full quarter moons and void of course periods, as well as ingresses of all planets into new signs, stations retrograde and direct, exact degrees, minutes, time, major aspects formed between transiting planets, configurable orb, default 3 degrees, lunar mansions, mansion of the moon, Arabic manazils, and an optional layer. Eclipses, heliacal risings, settings of bright fixed stars, Sirius, Spica, Regulus, etc. A tiny 30-degree dial in each cell showing the moon's position relative to the transiting nodes for easy eclipse forecasting. Under the hood, the calendar pre-calculates the month's ephemeris in bulk and renders via a templating engine. The user can toggle between tropical and sidereal zodiac and choose display in degree, minute, or decimal format. Our annual astro calendar is a year-at-a-glance poster-like view with color-coded bands for each planet's sign changes and retrograde periods. Interactivity allows clicking on a band to see a pop-up ephemera strip for that planet's daily motion over the year, with aspects to other planets highlighted. So this is the home base for mundane astrologers planning annual revolutions and solar returns. Our digital iCal planner, the most practical interface. The platform generates an ICS calendar feed that can be subscribed to in Google Calendar, Apple Calendar, or Outlook. And the feed contains all transiting ingresses, stations, aspects with configurable orbs, moon, void of course blocks, personalized transits for a saved natal chart, transiting planet conjunct natal planet, etc. The feed is live, recalculating in the background weekly via a cron job, and includes descriptions in the event notes. Advanced users can set multiple feeds for multiple charts, creating a personal Astro command center. Our Astro tables. 2026 through 2100, these are the reference works rendered in infinite scroll, filterable and exportable to CSV, PDF. Aspects and transits. For any date range, generate a complete log of all Ptolemaic aspects, conjunctions, sextiles, square, trine, opposition, formed between transiting planets with exact date, time, UTC, positions, and whether applying or separating. The engine allows filtering by specific planet pairs, aspect type, sign or house if a reference natal chart is supplied, retrograde only aspects, mutual receptions, traditional and modern at the moment of the aspect, mundane aspects to the sun's ingress into cardinal signs, to eclipse degrees, or to fixed stars. And our ephemeris tables would include daily longitude, as well as latitude, declination, right ascension, and daily motion for all planets, plus Chiron, Ceres, Vesta, Pallas, Juno, Eris, and the mean lunar node. So the user can switch between heliocentric and geocentric, as well as true or mean nodes, and include house cusps if a location in a house system are supplied. So the tables are navigable by month, year sliders, and a compare mode shows two dates side by side. Retrograde tables. Exhaustive table of every retrograde period from Mercury through Pluto, 2026 through 2100, with pre- and post-shadow dates, the degrees of station retrograde and station direct, and the inferior superior conjunction or opposition. A unique feature is a retrograde cycle timeline, a horizontal Gantt chart view where each planet's loop is shown as a colored bar, and clicking reveals a historical note. So for example, Mercury retrograde in Taurus 2032 coincided with major banking reform debates. The system's AI creation engine flags periods where multiple planets are retrograde simultaneously. Fixed stars. A table of the 150 most important fixed stars, Ptolemy's catalog, plus the major Arabic and Chinese stars. With their current tropical and sidereal longitudes precessed annually, users can search for conjunctions with transiting planets and natal points. The engine can display a fixed star transit timeline for any natal planet, showing when each bright star will conjunct over the next 50 years. We have our advanced astro search engines, and this module is a crown jewel, turning the platform from a calculator into a true research tool. We'd have mundane, personal, and historical databases, a curated, expanding dataset of over 100,000 timed events, including births of notable figures, historical events, wars, treaties, discoveries, financial crashes, and mundane charts, including ingresses, eclipses, lunations, great conjunctions. So each entry is tagged with its source, rating, rod and scale, and key planetary configurations. The search engine allows queries like show all U.S. presidential elections where Saturn was retrograde and Pluto was in Scorpio. Find all earthquakes greater than 7.0 magnitude that occurred under a Mars-Uranus conjunction within 1 degree. Search my personal database of client charts for anyone with a natal Venus-Saturn conjunction and a current Jupiter return. Query Builder uses a visual drag and drop interface where you can place planets, aspects, and house positions, then define orbs and time ranges. Backend, a MongoDB with pre-indexed aspect arrays for fast querying. We have a reverse engineering here. So given a set of astrological conditions, for example, Sun is in Taurus, Moon's in Aries, Mars retrograde, Venus at 15 degrees of any sign, the engine finds all date times in a chosen range, for example, 1900 through 2100, that satisfy those conditions. This is indispensable for rectification, for understanding rare configurations, and for answering historical questions. The algorithm uses a genetic search combined with an ephemera snapshot cache, reducing a massive search space to seconds. Returns on particular X degree. For any planet or asteroid in a target degree, the engine returns on all dates when that planet will transit that degree exactly, including retrogrades. So this is applied to solar returns, finding years when the sun returns at a specific degree, or to timing transits to a natal point. Precisely, a secondary mode does the same for house cusps. So you can ask, when will transiting Jupiter cross my natal second house cusp at 17 degrees Gemini? Electional astrology calculators. A multi-factor electional engine. The user specifies a desired purpose, marriage, business launch, surgery, travel, etc., and a date range, and sets constraints. Required sign for the ascendant, moon, or other planets. Forbidden aspects, for example, no moon square Mars. Preferred planetary hour ruler. Avoidance of VOC moon, retrograde Mercury, etc. The engine returns a ranked list of electional charts with a fitness score based on classical rules, weighted per Bonatti, Lilly, and Al-Rigel, including essential dignity points, accidental strength, and the lunar phase. It can also retroactively test elections by matching them with outcomes from the events database, a future machine learning layer. Astrocartography and relocation. World map rendered with WebGL showing planetary lines. AC, DC, MC, IC, and the classical planetary lines for any natal chart, with the unique features, clickable lines that reveal the exact longitudes in a mini chart relocated to that line, local space lines for any address with draggable circle, Purans, crossing of lines marked with planetary glyphs, hovering shows the combined influence, time zone, and historical city database so that relocation charts are cast accurately for any date. And planetary cycles. An interactive timeline visualizer for synodic cycles. The user selects a planet pair, for example, Jupiter, Saturn, Mars, Venus, and the tool displays a helix-like graphic showing conjunctions across centuries with sign labels and historical annotations. The cycle phase calculator for any date tells you the current phase of that pair. So, for example, Saturn-Uranus waning square first pass, and this is linked to the mundane database to show typical events associated with that phase. Next, I want to go over our graphic astro tools, such as custom charts, bi-wheel, tri-wheel, quad-wheel. And the core chart rendering engine is built in SVG with D3JS, driven by a declarative layout model. Every ring, glyph, and line is styled via a user-customizable theme, traditional, modern, midnight, parchment. The bi-wheel overlays two charts, natal and transit, natal and progressed, person A and person B, with precise aspect lines between the two rings. The tri-wheel adds a third layer, natal and progressed and solar arc, or two people and composite. The user can drag planets on the outer ring to simulate transits and see changing aspects in real time. Alright, unique chart types, such as the horizon chart, a circular chart showing the planets projected onto the local horizon, and prime vertical, used for in-depth astrocartography, and a sidereal wheel, which is full support for any ionomsa, with the tropical zodiac shown as an outer ghost ring. 3D celestial sphere, a WebGL view of the actual sky at the moment of birth with planets, stars, constellations, and the ecliptic. The user can rotate and zoom, and this is a powerful teaching tool. That would also include like the aspects, I believe. and the orbs with that. Onto various events in the natal chart. So this is a dedicated tool for analyzing one natal chart deeply. It's more than a list, it's an interpretive workstation. Alright? First we'd have our Arabic lots in the natal chart. A calculator that computes not just the standard 7 hermetic lots, fortune, spirit, eros, necessity, courage, victory, nemesis, but an expandable library of over 70 Arabic parts from al-Biruni, Bonatti, and modern sources. For each lot, the display shows its degree, sign, house, its ruler with essential dignities, aspects from natal planets to the lot with the user-defined orbs, and a brief interpretive sentence pulled from a curated corpus. The user can also create custom lots by defining a formula, L1 plus L2 subtracting L3, and save them to their profile. Okay. Asteroids in the natal chart. There's full integration of the MP-Corb asteroid database, allowing selection from thousands of named asteroids. The platform pre-caches the top 1,000 most queried asteroids. For any selected asteroid, its natal position is calculated and plotted in the chart with aspects of the planets and angles. In asteroid synastry mode, shows aspects between two people-selected asteroids, immensely useful for relationship analysis. Fixed stars in a natal chart. Platform pre-computes conjunctions and optionally pairings between natal planets, angles, and the 150 primary fixed stars, using the correct orb for stellar magnitude, 1 degrees for first magnitude, 0.5 degrees for lesser. A table of natal fixed stars context is generated with the star's magnitude, spectral class, and traditional meaning. It includes a star myth sidebar with mythological background. Pairings are computed by checking simultaneous angular crossings, offering the most advanced fixed star delineation available. Full moons and natal charts. A chronological list of every full moon in a user-specified range with the moon sign, house placement in the natal chart, and aspects the full moon makes to natal planets. It also shows which natal house the full moon illuminates. This is based on the principle that each monthly full moon activates a house and a polarity. The tool uses a dynamic house overlay based on the natal chart. And transit conjunctions in the natal chart. An immediate future conjunctions forecast for each transiting planet and selected asteroids, fixed stars. The engine calculates all exact conjunctions within 1 degree to natal planets and angles over a user-defined period and displays them as a timeline. Each entry includes the duration of the conjunction, considering retrograde passes, and the aspects other transiting planets make simultaneously, providing context. This is a launchpad for detailed transit analysis. In regards to our technical infrastructure, our backend is Python Fast API with PySwift. Frontend is React Next.js with TypeScript. Our database, PostgreSQL for user accounts, save charts, and historical event datasets. Timescale DB for time series planet positions for rapid query. MongoDB for flexible event documents and search indexing. Ephemeris storage, a custom binary ephemeris generated from DE441, stored as compressed arrays, allowing nanosecond lookup of planetary states without recalculating from scratch. APIs, a public REST GraphQL API for developers and researchers to query all tools programmatically with rate limiting and API keys. Alright, so our design philosophy is the interface must feel like stepping into a great observatory. Backgrounds are deep charcoal with subtle star fields that show the actual sky at the user's location and time. Typography uses a serif family for body text in homage to Renaissance printing, and a clean monospace for numerical data. Every degree is displayed with the appropriate glyph, and symbols are used minimally but precisely. Platform's voice and tooltips and help text is scholarly but never dry, occasionally quoting Valens or Lilly. Accessibility is paramount, keyboard navigation of all tables, screen reader descriptions for charts, and high contrast themes. Alright. And this is not... Alright, let's do this. Alright. In my next video, we're going to go over my complete technical guide to every practice, method, and concept compiled with Genius Rigor for the Cervine practitioner, and I hope to see you there with peace and love. Peace out.